This week in the American Football League, the hometown teams were a little too hospitable as the visiting teams won every game except in Buffalo, where the high-flying New York Jets were finally grounded. For Cincinnati, an upset winner in their last two games, the bubble finally burst. Unable to produce a consistent offensive attack, the Bengals lost for the second time to the San Diego Chargers.
The Bengals start strong as quarterback John Stofa hits number 45 Tom Smiley with a swing pass, good for 15 yards. Stofa then connects with flanker Rod Sherman, who goes out of bounds at the San Diego 15-yard line. But from there, the Bengals advance only 1 yard and must settle for 3 points on Dale Livingston's 21-yard field goal. Despite a strong performance by halfback Dick Post, who goes around right in for 33 yards, the San Diego offense is as ineffectual as Cincinnati's, and the 3-point Bengal lead stands as the quarter ends. However, the Charger offense does not remain dormant long, as early in the second quarter, John Adel connects within Gary Garrison for 24 yards. Fullback Gene Foster then tosses a 50-yard pass to Garrison. Garrison finishes the job by taking Adel's 10-yard pass into the end zone and giving the Chargers a 7-3 lead. The effectiveness of the Bengal offense continues to decline as Tom Smiley fumbles a quick pitch. Although the Bengals recover the ball, they are reluctant to keep it, and John Stofa throws to Charger defensive back Kenny Graham. Late in the second period, Adel hits Dick Post, who carries inside the Cincinnati 22. Three plays later, it's Adel to Garrison again for 19 yards and a 17-3 Charger lead at halftime. Soon after the half, the Bengals gain momentum as number 89, Harry Gunner, drops Adel for a 14-yard loss. On the next play, Adel is hard-pressed for receivers and throws the ball to Cincinnati's number 69, Sherrill Hedrick. Taking inspiration from the defense, the Bengal offense clicks on a Dewey Warren to Rod Sherman pass for 10 yards. A few plays later, number 19, Essex Johnson, bangs over from the 6 to bring the Bengals within reach. 17-10 at the end of the third quarter. Offensive inconsistency in the fourth quarter is the Bengals' nemesis, as Warren's pass is intercepted by Charger Bob Howard. From the Bengal 3, Adel rolls around right in for a 24-10 Charger lead. The dispirited Bengal offense is finished as quarterback Stofa is snowed under. San Diego's John Adel scores once more to make the final 31-10. With a running display that his team lacked during the game, Bengal coach Paul Brown congratulates Charger coach Sid Gilman on his victory.
The Raiders went after their third straight win as they challenged Houston in a rematch of last year's American Football League championship game.
The second time Oakland touched the ball, they dropped it. Hewitt Dixon lost the handle, and George Rice, number 72, the Oilers' massive tackle, found it. With precision ball control, Houston moved to Oakland's 8-yard line. Pete Beathard hit rookie Mac Hike for the first score of the game. Another look at the touchdown shows number 86 hike with a step on his man and on the inside. The Oilers led at the end of the first quarter, 7-0. Early in the second quarter, Houston, inside their own 20, tried a pass on 3rd and 11. But Oakland's free safety, number 45, Dave Grayson, slipped in and with a clear field ahead, scored Oakland's first touchdown. The score was even, 7-all. The next time Oakland got the ball, they were on their own 20. That is until number 72, George Rice, dropped Darryl LaMonica on his own 2. Standing on his own goal line, LaMonica tried passing out of trouble. Houston's linebacker, number 56, Olin Underwood, crashed through and scored a 2-point safety for the Oilers. But the Raiders came right back with a field goal and took the lead 10-9 at halftime. Midway through the third quarter, Oakland began to take charge. Hewitt Dixon skirted the sidelines for 28 yards. A face-masking penalty against the Oilers added 15 more. The Oilers, hitting ferociously, again forced Dixon to drop the ball. But this time, Raiders center Jim Otto recovered. Oakland marched to the 9. LaMonica found Warren Wells in the end zone. Oakland increased their lead to 17-9. Trailing by only 8 points, Beathard started a passing attack to quickly close the margin. With Oakland covering his deep receivers, Beathard went to his fullback, Hoyle Granger, who went across the grain to pick up 12 more yards. The Raiders tightened their pass defense even more, and Beathard was forced to scramble. He proves he can get the job done as he picks up 19 yards. Stopped on Oakland's 22, the Oilers tried a fake field goal. Don Trule's pass was deflected by Dan Connors. The loose ball was fielded by number 67, John Whittenborn, who was supposed to kick the ball in the first place. The broken play keeps the Oilers more than a touchdown behind. The Raiders took over after the fake field goal attempt and again showed their ability to move on the ground. The interior of Houston's defensive wall was constantly exploited for big gains. When the Oilers' middle linebacker blitzed, LaMonica threw a quick pass over the middle to his flanker, Fred Biletnikoff, for 12 yards. From Houston's 9, LaMonica again tested the Oilers' pass defense. Billy Cannon was clear in the end zone, and the Raiders had a 15-point lead. Oakland 24, Houston 9. The Oilers substituted their sophomore quarterback, number 12, Bob Davis, in the fourth quarter. This clutch scramble netted a first down on 3rd and 10. Not since the first quarter had Houston shown their ability to move the ball. The Oilers' passing game picked up as Davis went to his lanky tight end, Alvin Reed, inside the 5. Houston's fullback, number 32, Hoyle Granger, got the last precious yards, and the Oilers only trailed 24-15. A 2-point conversion could put them in position to at least tie the game. Dan Birdwell intercepted for Oakland, and Houston's chances of winning were almost gone. The Oilers trailed 24-15. But there were still 3 minutes left, and the momentum was with the Oilers. Woody Campbell was inside Oakland territory. Davis was hot and stuck to his passing game. Mac Hike on the receiving end, and again Houston was threatening. Then came the heartbreak play. Bob Davis's pass was complete to Alvin Reed, but Oakland's number 20, Warren Powers, pried his arms open and Reed fumbled. Dave Grayson recovered, and that was Houston's last chance. In a battle as hard-fought as the championship, the Raiders again came out on top, 24-15.
On Sunday, Boston met the Broncos in a stingy defense as the Patriots attempted to win their second game, while Denver hoped to bounce back from 2 straight defeats and break into the win column. The Miami Dolphins also hope for their first triumph in a game against Kansas City Saturday night. The powerful Chiefs were playing for win number 3 and a shot at the Western Division crown.
Boston head coach Mike Hollaback had mixed feelings as his Patriots journeyed to Denver for their third game. The Broncos were hungry for a win, but once again they were sorely lacking in protection for their young quarterback. Constant pressure by Boston permitted Denver only 84 yards through the air, allowing only 7 completions in 23 attempts. The Broncos couldn't move in the air, but Boston's running game without Jim Nance also suffered tragically. Dave Costa recovered a fumble that set up Denver's only touchdown in the first half. Rookie running back Terry Irwin carried the ball for 7 grueling yards in the drive before Fran Lynch, number 22, scored from 1 yard out. Lack of consistent offense in the first half by both teams kept the score tied 10-10 at the start of the third quarter. Jim Whalen caught a touchdown pass that proved enough for victory as time was now running out on Denver. Late in the fourth quarter, the Broncos went with a new rookie quarterback, Martin Briscoe, and this time there were positive results. He led the team confidently downfield and finally scored his first touchdown on a nifty 12-yard run. Unfortunately for the Broncos, Briscoe's presence in the game had been too late, and Boston won 20-17. But it looks like Denver's attempt to find a legitimate quarterback might be over. It is only proper that the Miami Dolphins' finest moment against the Kansas City Chiefs be shown. Number 39, Larry Zonka, took a screen pass 65 yards in the fourth quarter. But as all the Dolphins' hopes before, this one was killed by the impregnable Chiefs defense within easy reach of the goal. Hank Stram's famous Kansas City scoring machine was unstoppable. Midway through the first period, Lynn Dawson connected with his split-in Gloucester Richardson for the Chiefs' first score and a lead of 10-3. Within 2 minutes, the Chiefs again had possession and drove at will. Otis Taylor finessed the Chiefs to Miami's 4. On the very next play, Kansas City's line punched a gaping hole in the left side, and Bert Cohn did the rest. Trailing 17-3, Miami was forced to go to the air. But Kansas City's Johnny Robinson intercepted And again, the Chiefs were in excellent field position. On the last play of the first quarter, Lynn Dawson floated an easy strike to Otis Taylor, and again Kansas City was on the board. A whopping 24 points for the Chiefs against 3 points for the Dolphins. Midway through the second period, rookie fullback Robert Holmes parlayed an off-tackle play into a 76-yard score. Kansas City 31, Miami 3. As soon as the Chiefs got the ball back, their power machine drove to the Miami 15. Lynn Dawson found Wendell Hayes all alone, and the first half ended with the Chiefs completely out of reach at 38-3. Kansas City added a field goal in the third period and ended their scoring marathon in the fourth quarter on an interception by number 51, Jim Lynch. The former Notre Dame All-America returned 22 yards for the final score of the game. Kansas City has again proved its credentials as a threat in the title race.
Joe Namath had one of the worst days of his career on Sunday against Buffalo. The Bills intercepted 5 stray passes and returned 3 of them for touchdowns, setting a new AFL record. They stunned the Jets with a ball-hawking defense and dealt them a costly defeat.
The game between the Bills and the Jets marked the first time Dan Dara, Buffalo's rookie quarterback, faced the heralded Joe Namath and his New York Jets. It was also the home debut of Harvey Johnson, Buffalo's new head coach. The Jets got off to a fine start when number 45, Earl Christie, a 5'11", 195-pound speedster from Maryland State, dashed down the sidelines for an 87-yard return of the opening kickoff. On the third play from scrimmage, Joe Namath tossed a 4-yard touchdown pass to number 83, George Sauer, whose catch made it 7-0. New York soon had possession again, but the Bills struck quickly. On 3rd and 15, Tom Yannick intercepted a Namath pass and returned it 37 yards. A few plays later, Bruce Alford, who was signed on Saturday, kicked a 35-yard field goal. A revitalized Buffalo offense marched downfield and scored on a 2-yard plunge by number 33 rookie Ben Gregory. This score made it Buffalo 10, New York 7. Midway through the second period, Dan Dara fumbled and gave the Jets control at the Buffalo 9. But the Bills secondary again came through. Tom Yannick made his second interception of the day as he snuck in front of Curly Johnson and turned a near Jet touchdown into a blazing 100-yard interception that made it 17-7 in Buffalo's favor. New York was in trouble, but they began to fight back. Matt Snell, who had an impressive 124 yards rushing, ran 60 yards on a draw play to the Buffalo 1. A few plays later, number 32, Emerson Boozer, with a great second effort, made it 17-14. With a minute left in the half, Bruce Alford kicked a 41-yard field goal to make it 20-14. But 40 seconds later, Joe Namath hit number 13, Don Maynard, with a 55-yard bomb to give New York a shaky 1-point lead at halftime. As the second half began, Jet coach Weeb Eubank knew his team needed more points. The Bills proved that when Namath was cracked by number 58, Mike Stratton. This fumble set up Alford's third field goal, a 37-yarder that put Buffalo back in the lead, 23-21. Early in the fourth quarter, Buffalo ruined New York with two quick interceptions. The first came when number 42, five-year man Butch Bird, stole a Namath pass and raced 53 yards to the end zone. A minute later, number 24, Booker Edgerson, intercepted a fourth Namath aerial and turned it into a 45-yard score. This put Buffalo ahead by 16 points. Matt Snell gave the Jets a little hope as he ran 39 yards through the middle to the Buffalo 3. Namath then lofted a short pass to Snell, who made a great one-handed catch in the end zone. This brought the score to 37-28 with 10 minutes left. The Jets came back again, but the drive was killed by Buffalo's fifth interception. Butch Bird grabbed his second steal of the day on an overthrown pass intended for George Sauer. The Jets came back. With less than 2 minutes left, they blocked a punt by number 55, Paul McGuire. Two plays later, Namath hit George Sauer with a 10-yard touchdown pass to make the final score 37-35. That was Namath's fourth touchdown pass of the day. But Weeb Eubank could only think about the 5 interceptions as the Bills left the field with an astounding upset under their belts.
Buffalo's surprising upset enabled the Patriots to climb into a first-place tie with the Jets. Next week should mark a turning point in the Eastern Division race as Boston meets Oakland and New York faces San Diego. The undefeated Raiders and Chargers remain at the top of the Western Division, with Kansas City only 1 game off the pace. But the 4 leaders of the 2 divisions play each other next week in what could be the most important weekend of the season. I'm Charlie Jones.